Hello, welcome back to Snugglewood, young Dreamlynx. My name is Arin. Snuggle down into your coziest quilt and let tonight's calming tale and soothing sounds relieve you of any worries and guide you towards a deep, restful night's sleep under these beautiful stars above. And so our story begins in a place called Hearthstone Hamlet and the sleepy giant tale of the heart tree. The heart tree takes root in a tranquil, expansive valley surrounded by rolling hills. This valley is known to an enormous, ancient tree known as the heart tree. Standing as the centerpiece of the valley, the tree is a true wonder, with vast, sprawling branches that stretch outward as if to encompass the entire landscape. Its bark is textured with intricate patterns, resembling rivers and paths that tell stories from long-forgotten times. The leaves, layered in deep green tones, carry a distinct luminous quality when touched by sunlight spilling onto the soft earth below. Legends tell of the heart tree's link to the sleepy giant, an enduring guardian set to rest deep within the hills. The giant's presence is tied to the harmony of the valley. It is said that the heartbeat of the giant flows through the tree, connecting them to every living creature nearby. Animals of all kinds seem instinctively drawn to the heart tree. Birds nest within its sprawling branches, while deer find refuge beneath its protective canopy. The tree exudes an air of peace, a constant reminder of the interconnectedness of life within the valley. On nights when the moon rises high in a velvety sky, the valley transforms into a place of quiet marvel. The heart tree absorbs the soft glow of the moonlight, casting a radiant glow that reaches out like an endless spiral into the depths of the hills and beyond. The glow serves as both a comfort and a signal, linking the stillness of the night to the slow rhythm of nature surrounding it. Creatures of the valley settle into perfect harmony, drawn into a peaceful slumber, united by the tranquil energy pouring from the tree. The sleepy giant is rarely seen and never moves from the heart of this hidden domain. His rest is considered sacred, as his dreams form the core of life in the valley. The landscape thrives on the stillness of his presence. The deep rhythm that courses from his resting place fills the air with a steady tempo, barely felt, yet present and reassuring to everything it touches. People who have visited the valley often describe experiencing a deep and true calm, as though all the worries weighing their spirits are lifted by the powerful serenity that emanates from the environment. Generations of wanderers have made pilgrimages to the heart tree, drawn by its mythical significance and timeless beauty. Tales recount the incredible sense of balance and understanding many have felt when resting under its vast branches. For those who stay long enough, the valley becomes a place of dreams and meaningful reflection. The heart tree's energy helps guide travellers to paths inward, hinting at resolutions to problems they might not have known were troubling them. Time seems to flow in an entirely different manner in the valley. The rustling branches of the heart tree correspond to the overall rhythm of seasons coming and going. Seasons blend and shift effortlessly in the valley, as though everything is in perfect alignment with an ancient equilibrium. Spring blossoms in soft bursts of colour, while summer casts a warm golden radiance over the hills. Autumn ignites the foliage in spectacular displays of orange and red, and winter sprinkles over every corner in a pristine blanket of snow. The balance between these movements strengthens the connection between the valley, the heart tree, and the sleepy giant. Amid these endless cycles of nature, the roots of the heart tree descend downward, intertwining deeply with the earth below, stretching toward the resting place of the sleepy giant. These roots serve as a bridge between the surface and the hidden world beneath. Beautiful rivers of life flow through the network of roots, carrying nourishment between soil and tree. The movement signifies unspoken unity between the giant, the tree, and the vastness around them. Against all odds, this sacred connection ensures that both the tree and the slumbering guardian remain intertwined, indivisible from one another. This connection also feels ageless, transcending time's usual hold. Legends say that such harmonious design was deliberate, and the sleepy giant was charged with maintaining this balance when the earliest mountains emerged. Long after the lands were formed and rivers carved themselves through valleys, the heart tree rose, chosen to stand as the world's memory keeper. Its branches, though alive and pulsing with energy, seemed to reach toward both the future and the past. This duality quietly preserves what once was, while allowing dreams to shape what can yet be. On some rare occasions, when storms gather far beyond sight, powerful raindrops cascade into the valley. The rain seems to resonate with the land deeply, sometimes soaking into the soil near the heart tree's base. The tree transforms under such conditions, releasing ever so slight glows from its branches, reaching up into the grey skies above. The rainfall nourishes everything in the valley, embedding itself into the soil that continually sustains its life. The creatures welcome these events, even as the storms carry their own wild sense of emotion, balancing both the tree's resilience and the strength of the ecosystem it anchors. Against this tranquil backdrop of timeless harmony and connection, the sleepiness of the entire valley radiates outward, creating an atmosphere steeped in tremendous peace. The stars would scatter themselves across the boundless sky above, telling silent stories to the listener. One could trace constellations slowly, absorbing their quiet wisdom while being lulled toward perfect balance by the interconnected rhythms of this wondrous place. The valley calls to all souls seeking rest, wrapping them in boundless serenity. Each night in the Heart Tree Valley soothes, as if offering a deeper sense of renewal, restoring both the mind and spirit to their natural, restful state. The Heart Tree remains, its towering presence untiring and unwavering in its purpose, watching over the sleepy giant's restful domain, and all blessed to wander within its borders. Here, time stretches, bends, holding infinite moments of peace, endless whispers of nature, and dreams flowing gently between the roots and hills. The valley cradles its visitors with a quiet promise of safety, connectedness, and an everlasting sense of calm. For those who have wandered to reach the Heart Tree, there is an understanding. The guardian mountain and the ageless protector tree offer a tranquil place of infinity where all things align. The valley holds creation and respite simultaneously, and like rivers endlessly flowing, dreams and rest ebb within this haven as closing solace. The Heart Tree stood as it always had, towering with an elegance that defied the laws of nature. Its broad trunk carried the wisdom of uncountable seasons, its bark etched with spiraling patterns that whispered stories to those who lingered long enough to listen. Its roots stretched deep into the soil, tethering the valley's essence to the core of the earth, while its sprawling branches reached skyward as though yearning to cradle the stars. Leaves rustled in a gentle emerald glow, a glow with a light that seemed born from the tree itself, not borrowed from any sun or moon. The valley encapsulating the Heart Tree was a living masterpiece. The air, thick with the scent of wildflowers, carried a breeze as soft as a lullaby. Grassy knolls rolled gently underfoot, the verdant blades bending without protest to the touch of wandering feet. Wild streams wound through the landscape, their waters gliding over stones, polished smooth by the tender erosion of centuries. Each stream seemed to hum softly, their sounds harmonizing in a melody that lulled the mind to rest. Visitors to the Heart Tree rarely spoke, their voices taken by the weight of the moment, or perhaps by the valley itself. Here, time had a peculiar way of folding in on itself, dissolving into a stillness that softened every worry. Travelers would arrive, weary with burdens they could hardly articulate, and yet by the time they reached the tree's roots, they would find a quiet renewal blooming in their souls. It was said that the heart tree could sense these burdens, though such myths were spoken only in passing whispers. People claimed they felt the tree's energy coursing through the earth, flowing upward and into their very being as they stood near its ancient presence. They believed it could absorb sorrow and fear, transforming pain into something softer, something bearable, something that could dissolve into the atmosphere like mist. Amid this sanctuary, the cycles of day and night blurred. Light itself seemed fluid, caressing the valley in waves that ebbed and flowed like whispers of the invisible. A soft golden tinge filled the dawn and dusk, while nights brought a silver luminescence that kissed every leaf, every petal. Creatures of the valley stirred in rhythm with those natural shifts, their movements deliberate and unhurried. Birds with plumage like splashed watercolour flitted soundlessly from branch to branch, while small critters padded across mossy carpets of green. Even their eyes glimmered with an inexplicable tranquility, as if they too had long succumbed to the valley's innate peace. When a traveller rested at the foot of the heart tree, they often discovered dreams of a strangely vivid kind. These were not ordinary dreams, nor even the kind spun from a restless mind. Instead, they were dreams that swirled with deep clarity, each carrying a vision or memory, surrounded with meaning far beyond conscious understanding. Those who dreamt beneath the heart tree would sometimes wake with tears in their eyes, as though some buried truth had surfaced without words. Others spoke of resting in utter dreamlessness, cradled in the simplicity of the tree's silent assurance. These wanderers woke the next morning lighter, though they could not explain exactly how or why. The heart tree, it seemed, held no preference for how it healed. It simply offered itself, endlessly and without condition. On rare occasions, the symphony of the valley would deepen, and the waters would quiet, as if listening. During these silent moments, an indescribable presence could be felt in the air, something greater than even the tree itself. Some claimed it was the spirit of the valley, an ancient force older than the mountain, older than any root that intertwined with the soil. It would move through the land like a mysterious breath, rustling leaves and making streams ripple. And with it came a stillness so magical that it settled even the most restless of hearts. Those who were present for these moments often left carrying them like a treasure, a memory to revisit countless times in the years to follow. And though many sought to uncover the origins or meaning of the heart tree, no law could fully explain it. The earliest recorded descriptions spoke almost identically of the valley's peace, of the dreams, of the stillness. Some tales hinted at a celestial past, suggesting that the tree was a gift from the stars, cast down to root itself in the cradle of the earth's most tender fold. Others suggested it was born from the combined dreams of an old civilization, its purpose to sustain all that would come after. But none of these stories mattered to those who wandered here, feet tracing gentle trails through dew-drenched grass. The heart tree offered no answers, only comfort. Those who found themselves here weren't seeking intricate explanations. They came with wearied spirits, with questions they didn't know how to ask. And the valley answered in its own way, without speaking. The heart tree also seemed to exist in defiance of loss. Even as seasons turned, shifting leaves to brilliant colours of orange and crimson, before carrying them away on the wind, it stood unchanged. Snowfalls might shroud the valley in a blanket of pure white, yet the tree remained vibrant, its glow an eternal beacon against the frosty backdrop. Through countless lifetimes and epochs, it endured, holding steadfast amidst the shifting winds of time. Some said that the heart tree's greatest gift was not its beauty, nor even the enveloping peace of its valley, but the way in which it allowed those who came to be fully present. Here, travellers shed the debris of past regrets and future fears. The weight of Dreamlynx complexity seemed lighter beneath its branches. What was left was a stillness that stretched longer than any moment. A stillness sharp and clear, like the first breath after waking. The valley cradled its visitors, not forever, but for exactly as long as they needed. Eventually each traveller would rise again, filled with a scented calm they could not entirely comprehend. They would descend paths lit endearingly by the glow of the heart tree, their steps quieter than when they arrived. And as they disappeared into distant ranges or descended into bustling villages, they carried the valley within them. A memory of refuge, a fragment of infinite stillness. Those lucky enough to stumble upon the heart tree knew the experience would stay with them always. Whether standing in the valley in quiet awe, or long afterward as they lay under unfamiliar skies, the heart tree remained. Its presence, though far, was etched into the fabric of their being. A gift timeless, eternal, and endlessly serene. The heart tree's magic reached far beyond the valley, touching realms and lives unknown to those who visited. Its roots, deep and adventurous, whispered secrets to the earth, passing wisdom through mature soil. Its branches stretched skyward, brushing the heavens with soft, leafy tendrils, and in some mysterious way, its essence danced with the stars. Even as travellers departed, the heart tree somehow stayed with them, threaded into their stories and dreams, carrying the valley's serenity across plains, mountains, and unseen oceans. For one such traveller, a young cartographer named Lena, the heart tree became more than a memory. It became her compass. Lena had discovered the tree on a fateful night of wandering the valley, her map scrawled with rough sketches and outlines of what she hoped to uncover. Exhausted from days of tracing riverbeds and crossing wind-swept ridges, she stumbled upon the heart tree just as the moon crowned over the peaks. Her breath caught as the light pooled at her feet, a stunning silver that made her feel both incredibly small and infinitely whole. For hours, Lena sat beneath the tree, tracing its textured bark with the tips of her fingers. Her mind quietened in a way she'd never known before. The world was no longer marked by the sharp edges of her maps, but by the glow of something timeless. She whispered her dreams aloud, letting loose the thoughts she'd carried like heavy stones in her pack. The heart tree seemed to listen, its branches swaying gently, in time with her voice, as if comforting her with an unspoken assurance that she was on the right path. The next morning, when the sun bathed the valley in gold, Lena found a single leaf resting atop her map. It had turned a luminous shade of pale violet, unlike any she'd seen before. A colour that couldn't be explained or captured by pigments. With the heart tree behind her, she continued her travels. But something had really changed. Her hands, once tethered only to the precision of charting terrain, now moved with an intuitive grace that made her maps come alive. She realized her maps had begun to show paths that didn't exist, or at least didn't exist yet. Each line hinted at the possibility of discovery, guiding those who followed them to something remarkable. Something they didn't yet know they needed to find. Lena wasn't the first to leave the heart tree with such a gift, and she wouldn't be the last. Stories of those who had visited the tree began to ripple across distant lands, spreading like the gentle hum of a lullaby. There was Emil, the stonemason, who had carried a fragment of the valley's peace into a bustling city, carving its stillness into the arches of cathedrals and soft curves of fountains. His creations seemed to soothe during nightfall, their shapes echoing distant mountains and quiet streams. And there was Mehir, the storyteller, who spoke of the tree with love during his journeys from village to village. Children clung to his every word as he described the tree's glow, its canopy bending gently in the wind. He told tales of its roots spreading deep into the earth's veins, of birds who sang in harmony, so breathtaking. Even the stars paused to listen. Mehir claimed that a single feather, fallen from one of those enchanted birds, had graced his shoulder during his visit, and that it still nestled, tucked into his pack, bringing him inspiration for new stories. Generations passed, yet no one could stay away forever. There was always someone searching for the valley, hoping for a glimpse of the heart tree. Some arrived seeking healing, carrying broken hearts or weary souls. Others were drawn by curiosity, yearning for the unknown. A few were simply dreamers, following whispers they couldn't explain. And though the heart tree did not show itself to all, those who stumbled into its glow left changed. Not always in the ways they expected, but always for the better. The valley itself seemed to evolve alongside its visitors, as the whispers of the heart tree infused the earth with something out of this world. The flowers along its outskirts began to reflect the seasons in extraordinary ways. During spring, they blushed with colors so vibrant, the air seemed to glimmer around them. Summer brought petals as soft as smooth material, glowing at twilight. Autumn turned the flowers to cascading ambers and golds, while winter brought blooms so pure they appeared sculpted from ice. And so, as the heart tree stood resolute in its timeless vigil, the valley thrived under its gentle watch. Its whispers continued to orchestrate dreams into the hearts of those who wandered close, leaving them with a sense of wonder and peace that lingered long after they departed. The magic of the valley was neither loud nor fleeting. It was steady, eternal, and quietly magnificent, much like the comfort of a deep, restful slumber. With the heart tree's presence etched into their souls, visitors always left with the promise of returning to this serene haven, where dreams and reality danced together in perfect harmony.